Hey folks, Mr. Parsons here. A few days ago, we completed a Pick 2 where we looked at the way that point of view showed up in a range of different class readings. There was some excellent work that got turned in as part of that assignment, so I wanted to highlight the contributions of several classmates in this video. To begin with, I want to go to the second passage on the Google Doc. This was a passage from Hey Kiddo, in which we see the main character, Jarrett, looking over a hillside and reflecting on life without his mother. It's a pretty sad looking scene, and some of the reflections to the question explain how the art and the narration work together in this image to help us understand the character were very well done. I want to highlight the work of Emmanuel from period two. Emmanuel writes, the art and narration work together to help us understand that this is kind of a sad tone. This is a sad tone because the art is gloomy and the character is talking about death and how he'll end up there one day. The art helps because it's a gloomy and sad thing to think and talk about. Well done, Emmanuel. Great response. Johanna Perez also writes, the art and the narration give a gloomy vibe when telling the story. The colors express a sad tone that adds to the story. It shows readers an understanding of the concept that something tragic happened. We can also see the character explain his life, which adds to the story's sad events. Both Emmanuel and Johanna correctly identified the tone that the author was conveying through the artwork and through their narration. So well done to both of those students. Passage 10 was from With Fire on High. This was a scene where Emily was getting ready to go to school and leave her newborn daughter at home um, to, to go to daycare with her grandmother, or with her mother, rather. The question that was posed to you was, what do we learn about Emily from this scene? Why is first person point of view the right choice for this text? And I want to highlight the work of Anaï from my first hour. She says, what we learn from Emily in this scene is that she is trying to take care of her daughter. She doesn't want to leave her, but she has to go to school. First person point of view is the right choice for this text because we get to focus on one character and really get to understand how they're feeling. That is why first person point of view is such an effective viewpoint for authors. We get to understand the character's feelings and thoughts, and we feel like we're part of it too. Great job, Anaï. On the storyboard option, there were two terrific examples that I saw. The first one comes from Cece. Cece recreated one of the scenes from um, the Every Sun, or The Sun Is Also a Star, where Daniel and Natasha get to meet Daniel's family. And Janaya had a really creative one from The Stars and the Blackness Between Them, where the main character gets to go to a concert with her parents. So those two storyboards were extremely well done, and I want to shout out both of those students. On the Jamboard option, there were so many excellent responses that it was very difficult to pick up on one to highlight. But I want to highlight the work of Sarah E. from Third Hour. This was a question, once again, about Hey Kiddo, and about how the narration reveals Jarrett's feelings about his mother. Sarai writes, this demonstrates that Jarrett holds resentment towards his mother and that his mother was not always present in Jarrett's life and that he does not want to rely on his mother. That's a lot of information that Sarai was able to glean from just one small piece of narration in the text. So kudos to Sarai. I also wanted to quickly shout out the work of Tamarian. Tamarian did some awesome reflection on the text, the stars and the blackness between them. And he writes, to me, I think in this thought, she is overthinking a lot of stuff and was right with other people, basically putting others before herself and loving others before herself. And that was accurate because the main character was kind of struggling to work out who she was and to love who she was for who she was as a person. There was lots more Excellent student work that I could go into, but this video is almost out of time. Kudos to all the students that were featured in this video. You all did an amazing job. That was our relationship pick two.